that's the thing as well, is that he doesn't even look like the same man. Is it a year or two ago when he had that really, really good... I think that's why we were all disappointed in him. Because he stood out so well. Yeah. I think a League One... This is probably about as good as you're going to get for a second-choice keeper at League One on our budget. But we're all disappointed because we're seeing how good he is. When he was good, he had that cockiness, but in a good way that meant he's got something to prove and he's doing it. Now, it's almost as if he's saying, I'm never going to get in this team, I can't be bothered anymore. And that's disappointing. I personally think
I'll be that half his trouble is this cocky persona that he's got. I mean...
Yeah, but he doesn't even show it anymore.
These guys are not rocket scientists, are they? They're professional footballers from when they're 7 or 8 years old. They don't know any other life. No. They don't have to get up in the morning and drive all the way to London and work, or they don't have to go on a building site or any other things I've done over the years. All they got to do is get up and kick a football about. If they need to go, so I can remember, like, erstwhile ex-radio host Tony Hawkins explaining to me once he had to babysit 3 of them when he took them up to that, you know, that little stall that they got up at city centre. They're so, like mollycoddled that he said it was like being on a school trip with these guys, constantly having to watch where they were and what they were doing. Yeah. And these are grown men with families. They got no sense as to what the real world's like. Right, you'd pack that.
Okay, look, we're going to move on. The last thing I want to say on this one, I think Mr. K has a lot to answer for in that situation right now. I think he's causing problems rather than fixing them.
Yeah, to be honest, we did mention this off air last week, didn't we? Kay and McFadden really seem to... you can tell they've got no confidence in the man that's behind them, and they panic, and they really panic badly. Whereas if it was Martin stood in goal, there'd be a little bit of ease, you know. On the ball, it's going over the top of my head. I can't quite get it.
Just a really quick point on that, actually, is that I do feel kind of sorry for Fads the other day because I thought he was terrific at the back. Good. Actually, I thought he played really well, and I thought the one game where you don't want to really stand out is a 2-0 defeat. But I don't think that I don't think any of the goals are particularly his fault.
Central defender, you?
Yeah. Okay, we need to move on. Thank you very much. We'll talk again in a second.
Hello, I'm Jim Cleland, and every Tuesday between 9am and 12pm on Secklow Sounds Radio, you can hear all things MK. We have local news, sport, weather, traffic and travel, and lots of music. I'll be talking to local people about fitness, health, what's going on in Milton Keynes, our diverse community, local businesses, and much more. Join me, Jim Cleland, for all things MK every Tuesday between 9am and 12pm on Secklow Sounds Radio.
Right, coming up in the next bit of the show, we are continuing to maintain our resolutely positive stance and bringing you new features galore. Coming up in the next bit in a while, we've got the financial benefits of staying in League One, why we always do well in the playoffs, and why we always score from corners. Along with all that, we'll have the usual bits and pieces to keep everyone amused, so stay tuned in on that.
This just in. Following the recent 3 defeats in a week kind of week that we've just had, Club Supremo, Andrew, call me Andy Cullen, announced another step in his quest for a big day out for every single occasion. Never one to miss an opportunity to seize a handful of additional ticket sales from the jaws of defeats, Andy announced that the upcoming visit of Notts County would become the opposition players come on in, make yourself comfortable and have an absolute ball big day out. More on this once we've worked out where the next points are going to come from.
Ian from MK1 has tweeted in to say that he's getting a bit fed up with Anthony shouting at him and says that if he thinks he's so good, then perhaps he should go in goal himself. I agree. Carl from MK1 has texted in to say that he thinks that that's not such a bad idea. Keith from MK1 has texted in to say that he's more than happy to go in goal and that he's already proven his worth in defence, so he's bound to be a bit of a success. Everyone from Stadium MK has tweeted, texted and shouted in to say, God no, don't do it. And Darren from Peterborough has texted in to say that he's available if needed and that he'd love to work with the chairman who's more popular than the timeshare bloke.
Excellent. I've just got a couple of things here. Didn't mention this, but at the start of the show, Dano, MK Cowshed Dan said, here we go, the finest show on radio. Gotta like that bit. Hang on a minute.
Listen to that?
But yeah, I think he's probably listening to Radio 5 Live or something. And then Lisa has said, the sisters will be heading to Walsall, full of positive thinking and love for our dear leader. That's hashtag in Robbo we trust. Well, that could actually read in Robbo Wet Rust. I'm not sure if that's any different. My word. Okay, Modest, can you let people know how they can get in touch, please?
Yes, you can contact us by turning on the guy who's got us the 4 points off of an automatic spot with 11 games to go, or alternatively, you can use more conventional methods. You can contact us, and we're on Facebook at facebook.com/the MooCamp. You can tweet us, but use the hashtag the MooCamp during the show. You can email radio@moocamp.com. You can text 80085, but remember to start your message with "you undeserving fan base," or else it won't reach us. Or you can text direct to the studio on 07848 930 396.
The lexicon of chaff. Of chaff.
Good morning, and welcome to the Lexicon of Chav, where each week it's not we anymore, it's I educate you, yes, you, the educated elite, into the ways of the feral underclass that seemingly run our planet.
It's gone solo.
My planet, by providing detailed translations of common street talk. And the phrase under scrutiny is... Turns page. Baseline skankers. Common usage. Oh, ain't it, bruv? Got my 4x4 ravers and baseline skankers. In it, sket, we going to blow this place up. Wicked blood. Definition. Looking sharp, my good man. We're really going to make this party look rather good with our fine attire, and up the intellectual levels with our keen satire too. Oh, how they're going to laugh. Widely and incorrectly believed to have originated from the 2004 hit film The Football Factory, although its earliest recorded usage in fact dates back to Agnes B. Marshall's recipe for imitation asparagus ice cream, which is taken from a revolutionary publication entitled The Book of Ices, which was first published in 1885.
Beautiful.
Glorious, glorious, glorious.
Game of Thrones is back, so know what I mean.
Okay, roundabouts. Have we got any guesses in?
We have, yep. Had a few here. Peter from Linslade thinks the 11 and 5 references are pointed to the roundabout on Portway and Overstreet, but he can't remember what it's called.
I can see what he's doing there. That makes sense.
It would do, yeah, but we don't work like that, do we?
No, far too
Laura
sensible.
from West Bletchley. She thinks it's the mini roundabout on Wadham Way in Bletchley near the shops, but she doesn't know what that one's called either. And Ron from Stony Stratford thinks it's Stacey Bush. Well, at least it's Ron anyway, and not somebody else. It's not Stacey Bush's either. But thanks for getting involved, and keep them coming in.
Great one.
It's the franchise. It's the franchise watch. It's the franchise watch. It's the franchise watch.
Yes, indeed, it's the Franchise Watch, and we've got our roundup of what the world is saying about us this week. And we'll start off here. MK Dons were poor after their performance at Deepdale. I was expecting a close result, although I still think they'll be in with us to the death.
Who the hell are MK Dons, and how have they got to where they are in the league?
That's actually what Gers said.
Yeah.
If I were MK's manager, I would be fuming at how inept his team were made to look.
Stadium MK is far too big for MK's small, quiet crowd, who only sang their first audible song in 60 minutes, ironically just before we scored.
The game only turned ugly when the Dongs started scything us down late on. Scything.
They were beaten long before the end. When push came to shove, they had nothing, and they are a vastly overrated outfit on this showing. Can't argue with that.
Hate to be a bitch, but Carl Robinson is a bit of a...
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I should leave that bit there or not.
Am I able to say the second word
I
on this
think you
next
probably can.
Yeah,
I think that's delicate.
one? They fannied around with it for far too long at the back, and their passing was not of the standard you expect from a KR team.
That's very... Oh,
It is. Can we start calling that a crr team?
Or Kingston Rovers, as they're known in the rugby league world.
I'd be amazed if they finish above us.
Hopefully, today's result has renewed the faith of some in our manager. January was awful, but teams go through dips in form, and look what MK Dons are going through now. I was just going to thought that first bit was written by
Two
someone.
franchise clubs facing off in the MLS tonight, and everyone's buzzing, yet MK Dons are despised in this country.
MK Dons relocating to the USA if this season goes bleeps up. They love a franchise over there.
Don't think I've ever seen a set of home fans as quiet and boring as MK fans. Hashtag franchise and hashtag soulless.
Ready? Joke Shop Club. That is brilliant. Embarrassment to the Football League. They need to liquidate.
Was there any home fans at the franchise?
So, do you get that? That was queued up.
I don't recall the US teams taking a club from its original fans and moving up the road.
We should all be united in disliking MK. Franchise football.
And 4,000 of them were free tickets to school kids.
The most tin-pot team in the country.
Rather see you guys go up than Mook. Awful club.
Hang on a minute, sorry, I was doing something there for a second. Where am I?
No one seems to like them.
No one seems to like them. I wonder why.
Can't stand them.
Not really, their average attendance is more like 4,000. They had to advertise for fans to go to Coventry.
Even Grimsby are a bigger team than MK, haha.
A proper football team like Preston winning against franchise teams like MK Dons is what it's all about.
MK Dons are franchise bleeps.
MK Dons can go bleep themselves. Horrible, dirty franchise bleeps. Bleeping bleeps.
Stick your franchise up your bleep, MK.
While I'm at it, MK is my all-time fave franchise.
Imagine supporting a club that is younger than yourself. What a horrible franchise MK Dons are.
That'll make AFC Wimbledon out of the equation. Nobody can support them, as they were indeed formed in 2002.
Yes. I don't know if anyone ever actually noticed there, but there wasn't anything from our lead contributor.
No.
I checked, there was nothing all last week. I'm a bit worried. I mean, he did lots of
because
posts
he's
about other things.
disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, God.
Perhaps he had the same pork chops I did.
That could be it. Here's the answer. What's the question again? Just a reminder, the answer was stranger things have happened, but it doesn't seem very likely anymore. And your suggestions for the question were, Martin James rather randomly says, my bottom fell asleep during the game yesterday. Chris Everton says, will McLaughlin get another chance in goal? Paris Rayner says, will we ever get our toilet back from AFC? I know that.
Yeah, with this one.
Neil Westerby says, will Robbo realise how poor he is and resign? Thank you. David Carr says, this is very well thought.
Yeah.
David Carr says, Pete Wilkelman's voice will be added to every sat-nav in the country when searching for a Wimbledon postcode, an FA, that's a bleeping annoying software glitch, will take you to MK1 and Pete's voice will announce, welcome to Milton Keynes, a can-do place. Paul Harris says that Stacey Bushes will be roundabout in a week. Dippy Don 95 says, is Paul Ince a good manager? And Lieutenant Dan says, am I going to get married and have children?
No.
Just to confirm, stranger things have happened, but it doesn't seem very likely anymore. Okay, yeah, we've done that bit, so we have to do this bit.
Time to tell, time to speak. Tell us where Robbo's going this week.
As you know, we have a weekly roundup of places that Robbo's been reported to be leaving us for, and this week's been no different because word has reached us of a record number of places Robbo's leaving us for this week, at least if the forums are anything to go by anyway. It's been rumoured that Robbo may be on his way to the conference, to the Puerto Rican 3rd Division, also to the Scottish 4th Division. However, apparently, the place he's most likely to end up is the job centre.
Hi, this is Lisa Lavelle. Join me for Lazy Sundays on Seclo Sounds. I've got music to soothe you, move you and groove you. Sundays at 2 p.m. on Seclo Sounds.
She sounds like a laugh.
Can I just say quickly, that is very cheeky, Lisa, putting in an advert there to win the vote. That's awful.
I see what you did there.
Such a lack of professionalism.
You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show here on Seclo Sounds, a fact for which we are eternally grateful. I've classified this chat as what's going wrong. We haven't got much time. I just want a verdict from each of you in terms of what is going wrong right now.
Nothing's going wrong. This is just how it always goes for us.
That's fair enough.
Football. MK Dons exist.
I think
I don't know who to vote for in the elections.
To put on a serious thing, we rely this season more than any, I reckon, relying way too much on loans. It's just far too many loans.
And it's funny because we weren't just 2 months ago. 2 months ago we had Grigophobia. Well, 2-3 months ago we had Grigophobia, and we were all banging on about how